Okay, perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Sorry for that. I moved something and I don't know what happened. Okay, so are we ready?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So for everyone that will love to learn how to trade futures, this is a little bit of introduction to futures and Fibonacci retracements. So yeah, okay, perfect. So what are futures? Futures are the promise to buy or sell something in the future with a certain price determined right now. An option gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation to buy or sell an asset at any time during the life of the contract. So a future contract gives the buyer the obligation to purchase a specific asset and the seller to sell and deliver that asset at a specific future date unless the holder position is closed prior to expiration. So with this, what I will tell you is this will not be a problem because we will only be the trading futures. I do not like to hold contracts after 2 p.m. Mountain Time because futures close 15 minutes after the stock market close. So here, and the exposure is really huge since there can be news and or earnings that can affect the open of futures. So here, let's be careful by not having open position after 2 p.m. Mountain Time or once the market close and give it about 15 minutes from there. So what we're going to be doing is basically we're going to be the day trading futures. So future products and tick value. Here we can see indices, currencies, energy, metals, grains, soft. So what will be the symbols that we'll be trading the most will be ES that you can see up here. We'll be trading the NASDAQ, and one that I did not add, but I would love for many of you to start trading to get so that way you can feel comfortable trading futures is MES, M-E-S. MES is a smaller size version of the E-mini contract. So it's a smaller size. And what we can see each in MES, we can see each point is $5 compared to ES, that one point is $50. Or the tick value, it's $12.50. What you will see on ES, the tick size will move 25 cents up or down. I will explain this more a little bit right now. So this is what we're going to be trading the most will be here on the indices. I do trade. Here we have gold. I do trade gold as well. And about the rest, I don't really trade. I think Jesus, I see him trading a couple currencies. So that will be for the future. So what are the best platforms to trade futures? Here we have the Ninja Trader. And here this is how you will see how it works. The two different types of brokers that will divide the futures is into the small accounts where you will see Ninja Trader or Trade-O-Bait. This is all for small accounts, and which will be everything else, Thinkorswim. We're talking about E-Trade, Tastyworks. Everything else is for bigger accounts. So for small accounts, I will suggest you to start with Ninja Trader or Trade-O-Bait. Here with Ninja Trader, the low margin is 500 for the E-mini S&P 500. and the E-mini NASDAQ. So it's only a low margin for 500 in order for you to be able to open a contract. $50 is for MES. This is the margin that you will require. So therefore, you can open your futures account with only $400. No platform fee and 35 cents per micro contract. Tradeobate, it's pretty much, they're both pretty much the same. What we can see in Tradeobate, and I love to use Tradeobate, it's a simple platform. They have low margins, 550 for the S&P, the NASDAQ, 55 for micros. You can open your future account with only $500. They do have a $10 data fee, which is, if everything's going good, it will basically cover this with no problem. Thinkorswim, I know a couple of you guys have open accounts with Thinkorswim. I do use it as well, but margin requirements are $13,000 for the S&P ES or $17,000 for the micro E, meaning the NASDAQ. That's why what I would suggest is you can open an account with Tradeobate or NinjaTrader. The difference that I will suggest here in Tradeobate or Ninja, it's NinjaTrader is for more advanced traders. They have more indicators, but it's a little bit harder for the setup. Tradeobate, it's simpler, it's easy to use. I would suggest you to start with Tradeobate, and that way, once again, you can open your account with only $500, and we can start with micros. This is only $55, which is that's the margin that you will require to trade micros. Once again, MES, it's $5 per point. So I think that's a good place to start. Any questions so far, Ravindra?
Yes, the platform you said, right, that $55, you just have to, I think, mention, I think after hours, after 2 p.m. That they increase it, right? So that is
Correct.
during the
Yes.
trading hours only, right?
Yes. Thank you so much for that,
Mhm.
Ravindra. So NinjaTrader and Tradeobate, they have, after 2 p.m., once the market close, they do increase their margins. But even if you trade overnight for ES, S&P 500, the margin will increase to $1,000. This is for NinjaTrader or Tradeobate. Thinkorswim will remain the same, even in market hours or overnight. Tradeobate, NinjaTrader, once again, it will increase another $500 to $1,000, and you will be able to trade overnight. So what I would suggest for this account, this is what I started it. I deposited 1K, and that's how I start growing my account, trading with micros, because we do not want to get a maintenance fee if your account go below the 500, the starting point on Tradeobate, then you will get penalized and get an extra charge for about $50 every time you go below here. Or they will call you or send you an email saying you will have to deposit those extra $50 to remain on the position. Okay?
Thanks. Yeah.
Perfect. So with the Fibonacci extension, this is some tools. I will get more clear on this once I show you a chart that I'm working with. But on Fibonacci extensions, and what we see, it's either it's an extension or it's a retracement. So here I get this example for the Thinkorswim platform. What I wanted to show you just what it's an extension and how you can look on your platform. It will have this symbol right here. This will be what we call an extension. This is a little bit introduction about what's Fibonacci, correct? So an example of usage of this drawing is an analysis of the recent swing points. It's suggested that the beginning point of the trend line be placed at the recent swing low and at the recent swing high. The extension line starts at the end of the point of the trend line and can be plotted at any point of the chart. Thought the general idea is to finish it at the next swing low or the beginning point of the trend line. The trend lines of Fibonacci retracements might serve as support and resistance levels. So this is key right here. This is why we trace these extensions to find support and resistance levels. So every time I post a chart and I highlighted my target areas, they're based on support and resistance. The Fibonacci retracement, this one are important element of the Elliott waves theory. Here I do, you will see that I use a lot of the Elliott waves that help me understand where the market is going. So the retracement being a combination of the trend line with several horizontal levels distant from each other based on Fibonacci ratios. They are said to be powerful too to determine of the price objectives. If the trend line is defined correctly, the 38 and the 62 retracement level are the most important. In a strong trend, 38 level might serve as a minimum retracement, while in a weaker trend, the 62 level can be considered a maximum retracement. Okay, so I will show you an example of what I was working. So here, this is from Sunday. I will show you what I was working. I use the retracement. Okay, so I was using the retracement to determine where was this market going. So I noticed, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little bit small. I can show you right now on my picture, but I noticed it retraced to the 88 and we find support here. Once I noticed we were finding support, we go back, find support again, then I can use this as an entry and put a stop loss 5 points below. This is based on support and resistance. This is how I used to enter my trades, and I'll give you more examples on detail because this will require more. Now here we can see I'm tracing the Elliott waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I trace it. Once again, if I'm trading this, a clear once it gets above VWAP, then I can trade take the trade. This is another example of taking a long. Once you go above VWAP, we find support above VWAP. Then you can enter with me and we can ride until we get a close below VWAP. This will be about close to 15 points if we're doing it right to here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you now. Let me show you. Okay, perfect. So here, what I wanted to show you, it's how I determine which will be the bottom. And this is what I use all the time. An A, B, C, D. This is, once again, if we follow this is based on harmonic patterns. I do our A, B, C. How I did it, we would trace from top, bottom, and then we get the high. Why is this still valid? And the C, it never broke above sea level here. This is why I put never broke this level. Since it never broke, this was still an ABCD pattern that was still valid from ABC all the way to D. Now here, this is where I'm targeting at this level, at the 127. You will hear me saying a lot of the times, once it reaches to this level, then we will be looking at a reversal pattern. So once again, it's an ABC down. I was following as well with Elliott waves. This is how I do some trades, which is I'm scalping all the time. But if I want to take a trade with a bigger trend, then I can use the ABC. Now, if we get closer, I'll give you an example of the trade, how I did it here. So what I did here at the ABC here, I see it went up, down to this level. So I got A to here. I'm trying to measure this. So that way, that's how I determine it stop at the 88.6. Never broke. Then I created an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what we call Elliott waves. And once it broke down again at this level, that's when I shorted, looking for this level. Okay, once again, this is an introduction. I know it's a lot of numbers. I know this is two different strategies I'm using. I'm combining harmonic patterns with the Elliott waves. You have to practice and train. I did this for the past 4 years, and I was just trading and trading, trying to look for these ABCs. You can measure. Right now, I can tell you we have an ABCD from here, A, B, C, and that's why I trace here number 3, 127. It never broke below this level, so this is still a valid ABCD. You can see here A, B, C, D to this level. That's why I'm trying to look. If we broke below this level, then we can do a 1, 2, and we will fall behind because this will break this level. So a clear entry, and based on my strategy, I look for these ABCD patterns, and I will look for an entry close to this level. So let me show you here. Okay. So what I was trying to do here, I just try to check here on the tools. This is Thinkorswim. I just go here, look for the retracement. So I was just waiting for a retracement to take a long at this level. I look either for 38 or 61. So this is what we were talking earlier about the retracement. If it falls and go back about the 38, then this is still a strong momentum to the upside. We still went up again. I can show you guys. Again, I did this second time from the bottom to the top. And early today, I took a long at the 68. We can see we went up, find some support at the 61 here. I took a long and took about 10 points to the upside on this move, right? So this is how I'm looking here. This is how I'm looking for these patterns. Look for the retracements. We take the long. Once again, on my strategy, this is really important and is key. If we take this trade, we want to do, if we have a potential to do 10 points, then we're gonna do a stop loss for 3 points. If I see more than 10 points or 20 points to the upside, then my stop loss will be at 5 points. That's how I do it. And every time here, I'm actually looking to take a long. I'm waiting. I want to see if we can break. Once again, we're on this ABCD pattern. We are on this ABCD from A, B, C, D pattern to the upside. So what I'm looking never broke. So I'm still looking to break above. And I just wanted to see more momentum here to the upside. If we can break this level here, then I will take a long and try to ride. This is how I will do it right now. This can be an entry. Once again, what I will wait, I need to confirm the trade and I will need to see the confirmation at this level. And that's when we can take the long. The entry at this level will be here. We want to confirm and make sure that the momentum is still up and it confirm the long at this level so that way we can take the trade. What I would do is we can do, since we can go all the way to wave 3, how I determine wave 1, 2, and the third one is always the bigger wave. If this is correct, then we should head up to this level. Then now, since we have more than 20 points, then we can do a stop loss for 5 points and look for this entry long at this level. Once again, we have to find this support here and be able to take the long. So I know it's a lot of drawing. It takes a lot of practice, but this is how I'm looking at support resistance levels. This is, once again, I look for either the 100 or 125 extension, and I look for reversals. So on the bigger time frame, we're looking about the ABCD, and right now I'm using the 1 hour just to define where we're going. So here, let me remove, so that way it's, any questions so far, Ravindra? I know it's a lot of information for new traders.
Yeah, a
But
lot of information for new traders, definitely. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, just one question is just to clarify. So how do you decide that is the A point, that is the B point starting? Also the 1, 2, and 3. So do you do it manually or you just point it out? Because means what is how do you calculate those labels?
The ABCD.
Yeah, ABCD and 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. So here, what I'm looking for this, once I determine the ABCD, I'm looking, when I see this is what we can call the ABCD. I look for the top once we find support. We never broke this level. This is the level that we were trying to break. We never broke above. So here I start, once I see it drops, then I start looking for ABCDs. This is an example. We have a lot of examples. I'm gonna show you here of what we can do for ABCDs. We can trace, if we see falling, then we can see an A, B, C, and here. So this is an example of an ABCD. ABCD, it's A, B. Once we get the high, then a low, and we see is retracement again. So ABCD, and I look for this level. This is the, once again, here I would take a long at this level, try to get those 10 points and be out. And I'm following with the Elliott waves. Elliott waves, it requires a lot more practice because you will have to train how you see all these patterns. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to put a structure into these charts. That's what it helps the traders to determine direction. I do have, let me move this. This is an example. We can see, let me show you here. Let me look for, I'm gonna go to a small time frame. We can see these right here. Once again, we can measure it. We can look for this A, B, C to this level. Here, if we wanted to enter, we will look for this area, like probably here, once we see the retrace, and take it outside to this level. This is what it's trying to do right now. So if I were to go long for this trade, I would look for this level to go long. So, or get the high as well. Let me show you here. Let me show you. So here, this is what I'm doing most of the times, is trying to get the high, low, and then see the retracement and try to see where it's going. So earlier, I was looking for this area. It has stopped here. I will let you know why. And the reason it is stopped there, it's, and this will help many of you guys, it's trace the open, here, trace the open of every Sunday. Which one is the opening of every Sunday? So we have an open of Sunday, we try to break above, we follow behind, below, then that's the short. Once again, this becomes, where we open becomes the resistance. That's how I trace it. Here, if we go, we can see it's breaking levels. It keeps on breaking levels. We find this resistance level, and we came back and break this level again. We did not have enough strong momentum and break again. Okay.
The 30-day 1 hour chart, is that what you're saying there?
The for these levels,
Yes, for your resistance, and you use the high on every Sunday for 30 days. Is that correct?
we can do 30 days. I have 30 days here. You can use the days doesn't really matter. This is just to look for the chart. What is important here is the time frame. I'm using the 1 hour time frame right now, and we can look, if we go back here, we can see this was Sunday. We can see it here, and here was the opening of Sunday at this level. So what I do, I put a line here on Sunday, and if we go right at the open on Sunday, we go above, then I will tell everybody to take a long. As long as we stay above, then we're gonna be a long, and we will be looking for next week, or last week pretty much was here, once again, the opening of Sunday. We went back and became resistance. Did not have momentum to go to the upside, went below. Here, this is where we were trying to, they were trying to fight the bulls, try to maintain higher. They can, and it went below. Now, on this Sunday, we can see we open at this level right here. So we see on this ABCD, they try to get to the level again, and let's see we get rejected, because that would be an important level. Once again, it becomes important levels here, and we can see a rejection at this level. So once again, this becomes resistance. So look for these patterns. If we were able to break above, then I would start, because my bias will be long. As long as we keep on breaking these levels, the opening of Sundays, we keep on breaking, then my bias will be long. If we do not have the momentum to break here, then I will look for short opportunities. Okay, we look for the direction of market, and that's what I do to increase my rate, the way my winning rate, it's I'll look for direction of the market. If we keep on breaking to the upside, then I will look for those longs opportunities. If we're not able to break, then I will look for short opportunities. That's how I will look. Once again, I'm using retracements and extensions to either take long, look for the retracement, and try to enter long. Okay, these are key areas. Once again, what you will be looking is the 38, the 61, and 88 levels. That's what we're gonna be using the most. And about the Elliott waves, this gets a little bit more technical. An example will be here. We can see here dropping, we have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we will get, once you get to wave 5, then we will get a retracement for an ABCD up. Then we will look again for another wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. Now, once you complete five wave, then we will look again, A, B, C. And now C, if you notice, it never break this level, 1. If we break above 1, where you started at the Elliott waves, then it will become a larger, and it will become a 1, 2, 3 wave, and it's gonna keep going higher, higher, higher. Since here we have not been able to break this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, D, we fall. So I'm looking right now, we were falling. Now here we retest this area again. I'm looking to take either it's a 1, 2, 3 to the upside, or if we don't break this level, then I will change to this, and we'll have a 1, 2, 3 to the downside. Okay, I have a little video that I will send to the group just to show you how to trace these Elliott waves, since it's a little bit more technical and complicated, but it will teach you how to get these levels correct. I know there's a lot of information I'm telling you guys right now, but this is how I decide to take my longs or shorts based on direction of market and try to look for these resistance levels. Once again, this will be key, that I find the ABCD patterns, look for reversals. This will be ABCDs, they're key for reversals, unless we have a bigger wave countdown, which is gonna be a 1, 2, 3. We never broke this level, then we can have a 4, and way below here to a 5. Okay, so this is just an introduction to Elliott waves and what I do with harmonic patterns. I will look for another video with Ravindra just to make sure we get more information on this, more practice. But I don't want to give you guys more than this, since I think I will confuse many of you guys already.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Any question with this, Ravindra?
No, if anyone wants to ask more questions from the group.
Yeah. So Alex, the video was, I mean, the meeting was really helpful. I just want to have a question of how to read. So basically, when you put out a screenshot over there, there's no like a buy or sell. How do we interpret that screenshot of yours?
Perfect. So what I will start doing now, I will write on my screens. I will let you guys know why I said that I'm going long. I will put here a 1, 2, 3. When we see I'm tracing waves, correct? If you see here, let me give you an example. Let me remove here. Here, So here, what I'm looking for, if you see on my screen, what I do here is if I get a 1, 2, and then I put the suggested 3, this is where the direction of the market I'm going to. Every time I trace the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up, then if you're following me on the Elliott waves, you will see my direction. Where am I trying to go? What's my bias based on the Elliott waves? If you see 1, 2, then you will see a 3 above, 4, and then more upside on here. If you see a 1, 2, then it drops to 3 below. I'll make it clear. I will put a suggestion here. Where is my bias and entry and exit points? So that way you guys can follow me. Once again, I've been doing this for the past 4 years, trading futures. I think it's what I really know to do the best. And if you guys have, I understand it's a lot of information. It takes a lot of practice to be doing this type of analysis. But once again, we're gonna keep on practicing, making more videos, and see if we can help you guys understand. But I'll be clear on this once. I'll put the reactions. I'll put it. We're on an Elliott wave 1, 2, 3 to the upside, and I will be looking for 3 here. So that way you can follow me.
So if the three is above the 2, that means you're going long.
Correct.
And if the 3 is below the 2, that means you're going short.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
This is James. This is James again. I have a couple quick questions. So you use retracements to go when you're bearish, and you use extensions when you're bullish. Is that correct?
I use both in the same direction. So now this is, let me give you an example here. So let me remove a lot of these drawings. Okay. So if I wanted to trace an ABC, I will look for the bottom. I will do an ABCD from the bottom to the ups. Click the wrong one. I choose the bottom here and the lowest point of this. Okay, so I do use both. Either it's at a retracement or of extension to the same side. The reason I use both strategies, we do have 2 different type of traders. Those that trade retracements and extensions based on Elliott waves or harmonic patterns. So what I'm trying to do here is a combination of both. That's why it can get a little bit confusing with what I'm doing, since I'm using both strategies, and I'm trying to understand what they both are trying to do, or what direction are they trying to take on the market. Our job is to put a structure into the chart to try to determine the key entries and see if the ratio it's between 1 to 4, 1 to 3. Make sure that we have more potential to make money than what we're going to lose when we enter a trade. Once again, I can do this ABCD to the upside, and to look for this bottom, then I can use this one right here as a retracement. We can trace it to top to bottom here. Correct? And then we see at this area, it was able to hold support at the 38. Once it hold the 38 above, then we can take the long, right? It came back, but at the same time, I use both. I'm using the ABCD extension, and I'm looking for the retracement to be able to enter long. So the answer to your question is, I do use both in the same direction. How do I determine the direction? Like I said, I use multiple different time frames. I like to use the 1 hour, but once again, if you would like to know the direction, like I said, just follow this simple and easy ways. Just trace every Sunday's open, and you will see if we go back, if we would be able to go back to, let's say, way before this, since January, if you go back and start tracing every Sunday, you will see how it never broke down. It just retest, go up, retest, go up, retest, go up. So that's a tool I use just by tracing the lines to determine where the market is going. So once I find that, then we can use the ABCD from the top. You can see here, and we can see about here. This was an ABCD. Then we can trace again from here, trying to look for the ABCDs. And this is just something that I do here. So you can see that these ABCDs, it keeps on going on the downside. I look for this confluent, where I see this confluency, and I can see where it's trying to find this support. I can look for those patterns. That's what I do. Look for patterns all the time, confluent numbers where we can see we can take the long once we break those levels. And once again, combining different strategies. So like I said, it gets hard, but once again, just with practice, I can show you here on as far as the big retrace. I will show you here active. So here, where does this go? No, this is not it. Okay, so you can see this is a retracement right here. The tool that I used was the retracement. So if we get the low to the high, then this is the key levels I was looking to, either the 50 or the 61, and it retraced exactly to the 61. So once again, key levels we can look, it's 38.61. It could have been this level here, right? That's why you see it dropped from an ABCD. Find support at the 38, try to take a long break, and we keep on falling. I'm using the Sundays just to keep on track if we're actually going higher now or we keep on going lower. And I can see we find a strong support right now at the 61, and that's where we're bouncing to the upside. So once again, this is just support, resistance levels that I use, basically using the Fibonacci retracements and resistance levels. So any more questions?
I have one more question. I'm sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
My real quick question. The reason I never really started trading futures is because I heard that your max loss can be bigger than your actual trade. Is that, I don't know if I'm wording that correctly. Is that?
Yes, that is correct. And the reason is that if you're staying on the contract after 2 p.m. or not 2 p.m., but if you're staying, that can be a possibility. But if you're staying until the contract finish, then yes, and even to 2 p.m. after 2 p.m. Mountain Time, if you stay until the market close, what can happen is with news, let's say we have some news in the market, and the market opened 30 or 40 points below where it closed. So that's where you can actually end up losing more money than what you started with. That's the reason it's risky. But what we're trying to do here, I don't like to play long trades on futures where I stay for days. What I try to do is I'm just taking trades, day trading. So we're taking day trading every day. We try to take 10, 20 points, and that's good for the day, next day, and next day, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to stay long. An example will be if you let an option exercise, then definitely you can either lose or make money, correct? But if you're actually buying an option and selling it before expiration, there's here with contracts, there's not an obligation for you to having to buy or exercise. Here, what you can do is just buy the contract, we do a day trade and sell, pretty much. Buy and sell all the time. We do not stay until the contract ends.
Okay, if that's answered, can I ask you a question, which is basically how do you buy the contracts? Is it just like buying the options on stocks, or is it a different process?
No, with futures, it's like buying stocks. We're not doing contracts on ES on futures. You can buy an option, yes, you can do that. But what we're trying to do here, we're just buying basically the same thing you do with buy a stock. We can just go, let's say I decided to take a trade here. So I can buy a single. And here, Thinkorswim, you will be able to see this is the buying power is requesting right now, $13,000. Because once again, Thinkorswim, it's a platform that requires higher margin. And this is the cost I'm getting right now to take the trade. It's like buying a stock, pretty much. It's simple. Buying a stock where you wanted to buy it at 32, 39.25 cent, and that's where you're gonna get long. So pretty much buying like the same way as you're buying the stocks.
But isn't the value 32, 39 or whatever it is that we have to buy it for? Why is the cost of the trade showing $1.85 plus $1.25?
Yes, that will be the commissions and fees on these ones. Well, Thinkorswim, yeah, Thinkorswim do have the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. This is what it's costing me on commissions, $1.85, plus the fees. This is what they're getting. This is what you're getting pretty much as the fees, just to trade this. You can see here is that exchange fee, right? It's $1.23, but the NFA fee, 2 cents. Then that's the $3.10 to take this trade. Once again, this is with Thinkorswim. If we're using TradeObate, the other platform I will be showing you guys, that one, the requirement is only $500 to take an ES. And here on the cost of commission, it's only 30 cents to take a trade.
So basically the cost of the trade is $3,239 plus the $3.10.
No, the total cost right now is $3.10 already.
Yes, but to buy the stock or buy the
future,
ES,
the contract, correct?
Yes. So it is $3,239 that we have to put in.
Correct. If if we're using Thinkorswim, that is correct. Now, that's why this is the margin power it requires on Thinkorswim. If you use NinjaTrader or Tradeobey, the cost for them, it will be reduced to only $500. That's why I use them to trade. I don't really use Thinkorswim to trade futures. I do use Tradeobey or Ninja. The reason is exactly what you're saying right now. It's instead of having to deposit $3,000, I can only deposit $1,000. And on margin power, it would only be $500 to take a trade. $500 and I can buy a contract on ES. Does that make sense?
Just trying to understand what is the actual
Okay.
contract.
Okay, but then let me try to explain you. So you just need if you are trading with a Tradeobey, you just need $500 to buy that contract. Okay, you don't need 3239 or something. If you have 500, you can buy one contract. If you have 1,000, then you can buy two contracts. But the profit and loss will be depends on how many points it moves. Like suppose you bought at 3239 and it moved to 3240, then you made $50 on that one. Okay, but your requirement still is 500. That's, you don't pay like stocks. You pay, okay, you buy 100 and $55,000. No, not like that. You just need that margin requirement. This needs a margin. Okay, one contract, Tradeobey needs 500. If you have a 500, you can buy one contract. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's.
Okay, and on top of that, you just have to give some commission fees like 30 cents in the Tradeobey. And I think the Thinkorswim charges a lot, and Thinkorswim will need you 13,200 for one ES contract. Okay, anytime. So you don't. That's why he's not recommending that one. He's recommending Tradeobey because it needs less margin, and that too from 9:30 to 2 p.m. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are closing the contract in Tradeobey within that time period. Otherwise, it needs more margin. Like 500 to it will increase to 1,000. So you need another 500 more, right? So if you are keeping after hours, okay. So and
so
yeah.
2 p.m. means mountain time, but not Eastern time, right? 2 p.m. Eastern time or?
I think it's 5 p.m. up to 5. Like first session is 5 p.m. Eastern, right? Alex.
Yeah, 2 p.m. is mountain time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mountain time. That's the reason. But if I don't know yours, where the
I'm
time.
Eastern time, yeah.
Yeah, so Eastern time, then
so
can,
5 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, so for your clarification, like these future tradings, you can make a lot of money if with a less amount, if your entry point is right. So like Alex said, he looks for the 10 points. Suppose you are trading ES. So if you entered and did move 10 points, so you made $500 within maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever. So if your entry is right. So on other one is, there is a micro contract, which is one point is 5 points. That means if you took one and it moves 10 points, then you made $50 instead of 500. So there is a mini and micro. So so if you want more information, I can also send, or maybe Alex can send on that one. What are those, my mini and micro, and how many points? I think initial first screen he showed you how many points, right? The first PowerPoint, he was showing you the value of the each move. Okay. And yeah, so
RK, one question, since you are addressing this. How we are just confused on how to see this, the ticker, whether it's ES mini or micro. How do we go about that? I mean,
Alex, can you show them in the Tradeobey a little bit? Maybe I think they'll be clear, right?
What do you, let me understand the question. You just wanted to know the difference between ES, micro, and
they want to see the contract, how they're looking. Like if you go to the Tradeobey, you can show them the like September, December contracts, how they're trading, right? So,
okay, so well, we can use the same right here with what we're using right now.
yeah, yes, yeah. Basically watch list, you can show them the watch list or something like that.
Yes, so here, pretty much what I'm using, it's same thing as the ES, correct? We can see the contracts on the ES that when it finished each contract, this one finished the times it finished. Once again, we can change. This is the one that I'm suggesting, mass. This is the contracts we can use. So let me, if you select, let's say, a contract, you will not be able to see any information if you're not on the right time. So every time you do like mass, let's say, here I'll look for the 20. Okay, and the chart will look exactly the same as the ES, but once again, on this one, it only costs you $50 margin, but every point, it's only $5 profit. Okay, so we can see GC, we can see gold. You can see gold futures, right? So this is how it works on Thinkorswim. I can show you guys, I can make a video on how to use Tradebait, but Tradebait, if you can do Thinkorswim, E-Trade, then Tradebait is gonna be a lot easier.
Because if I put in the /ES in in E-Trade, Power E-Trade, I don't get any of the stuff that you're looking at.
Oh, I know, Ravindra, do you use E-Trade?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Vardhan, so the future contracts are differs from each platform. Okay, so the good thing in TOS is it takes ES, but if you go to E-Trade, you have to type ESG0. I'll tell you what are the contracts level, or you can go to the E-Trade homepage, and there is something called future products. Okay, in that you click, then it will tell you what are the symbols. Okay, for every month, actually futures, the way they work is every month they have some symbols. Okay, because they expires in different months. Okay, for different month they have different symbols. Okay, so like for September there's ESU, then December there's UG zebra, like ESG0, so something like that. So you can like Squab uses different, Tradefit uses different. Okay, so because every platform uses the different symbols, so basically they get it from CME anyway, but they define their own, I think, sometimes. So I can tell you if you want the symbol, I'll give you later on. But that's the thing. So you'll not see that symbol ES in right now in the E-Trade. Let me find that one for you. So, but does that help? Here I'm chatting. You can type this one /ESG0. Type in the E-Trade this one, you'll find it. I just posted in the Zoom chat.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
So, yeah. So, any more to cover, Alex, on this one? All right.
Yeah, so I think this will cover everything since it's about, what, an hour already?
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah.
yeah, it's about an hour. So what I will tell you, I can create more videos. I do
Yeah,
have
that will be
more
nice.
information about Elliott wave and how to do this structure. Once again, it's too much information just to try to make it this simple, since I feel if we talk about Elliott waves, then that will be one video. Harmonic patterns, then that will be another video. But if you want, we can do once a week or whichever works better for you.
Yeah. Yeah, once a week is very nice so that they can read them and they can go through this. And if any videos, links, like to start with, like for them to learn a little bit about Elliott web or whatever the best way to just understand your chart, whatever you're showing, so that will be helpful. Okay.
Correct.
And to all others, I was discussing with Alex, I think he is going to provide the service like kind of a recommendation, mostly daily basis, in and out. So you don't have to go through all these kind of Elliott wave analysis or tracing, Fibonacci retracement, extension, all these tensions. But you can certainly learn all this stuff and takes time. So right now, like kind of he is going to give you, but we are discussing to add his alerts as a service. But you guys can start. We have some time, so maybe start out with 2 weeks or 3 weeks for free. Okay, and then if he agrees and if you like his service and entry points, exit points, and if you make a lot of money and if you see the value in his service, then we'll start as a little bit paid service. But right now he has agreed to like at least 2 to 3 weeks for free to try it out. And but before that, you need a futures trading account. So please go ahead, and if you don't have the account, go ahead and trade of it. And it might take 10 days to 15 days to like kind of create the account and fund the account. After that, when the trading account is ready, you can, like he's posting his tradings, and you guys can go ahead and you know, take the trades and see. And it is good. Like it's kind of a hedging. Sometimes you are doing options trading, and sometimes suppose you are not able to do much. Sometimes we are not able to do much, and sometimes you'll see futures always. You have always the opportunities. And I have seen his entry points and exit points, and some others also who are doing it. They know how accurate his entry points on the futures. I really appreciate Alex for those things. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So, and he's very, I found out he's very knowledgeable now on this Elliott waves. So really helpful. And it takes a lot of time for us to master in Elliott waves. It's not a simple thing. It's a, like it's different technical stuff. So if you don't want to spend a lot of time on Elliott waves learning and do it yourself, it takes a lot of time. Rather, I'll say maybe go with Alex and his entry points. And I'll really encourage, if you're interested, just try it out his service and see, and we'll evaluate. Might be I'll add as a new channel for future contracts. Maybe he can add his service in the futures channel, so that you guys don't lose his alerts. And I'll add every one of you right now, and we'll create a channel and try it out service. No fee right now, but we'll ask you after 2 weeks or 3 weeks if you are interested. Then because he is doing all his things, and you know how difficult things are this one. But I bet whatever you pay, it will be much more. You'll be making much more than this one. So so for today, I think we'll go with, like, you guys start to create a futures account if you don't have it, and that is trade of it. Okay. So just try that one. That's a free account. You don't have to pay, only $500 deposit. Try this one and we'll start, right? Any questions on this? Any recommendation or questions?
So that this new service, once the free trial is over, it will be same in the option extra, different
That
group?
will be additional fee for that one,
Yeah.
not part of that one.
Of
That's
course,
what
yes.
I'm telling.
Of course,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
it will be a part of, because anyway, Alex needs to be paid, right? So
Yeah, of course, yeah. So you will create a
yeah.
new group on this one, right? This option extra.
Not group, not one channel, little separate
Okay.
channel. It's a
Okay.
futures channel, and so he is going to put his trade alerts in there so that it's not lost. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And once he's like, and because he's doing all these analysis for you, and it will motivate him to at least give you more. Okay, so that he can make more. And the good part on the futures is you can do in the daytime as well in the nighttime. And I see him sometimes putting in the evening also. So basically 24 hours you can trade on that one. And the good part on the futures also, I think Alex did mention, you don't have a day trading restriction on that. So that means you can enter any as many as times, you can exit as many as times. Okay. So you don't have any day trading restrictions, because in the options you have only 4 day trading, right? You can do total four day tradings if you are below 25K. So that means you don't have any issues on the restrictions.
Correct.
Yeah. So Alex, anything you want to add?
Yeah, like you said, the reason I started with futures before was I did not have the capital to start with 25K. And every time I enter a trade with options, it's hard as well. And having to exit and enter, it's tough sometimes if you don't choose the right options, dates. So the reason with futures, you like you said, you can day trade as much as you can, which is I would not suggest you to be trading all the time. We only take about 2 to 3 trades. I do trade overnight. I can put the trades that I do overnight as well. That's if you're interested in that, that will be on the channel. You can use it as a hedge. Sometimes you are long on a position on Friday. You buy an option for Y or X, and you're thinking, or let's say an example, Apple, and you're going long, and suddenly on Sunday you notice the market, there's news, it's dropping, so you can use it as a hedge to buy some shorts to cover for some of what you can lose on those contracts. So you can use it in a couple of combinations. Either you're just doing it directly for futures, or it can be a hedge for your options. If you're planning to go long and suddenly there's news, then you can hedge with futures. So that's what I do. And I can tell you it's been really profitable for me. That's why I'm in this group, because I think Ravindra is the best with options, and I wanted to learn as well. But futures, I keep on doing it because I think that's where I'm making the most money.
Thanks, Alex. Anyone has any questions, or otherwise we can end the session?
Thank you, Alex and Das. It has been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So the thing is, I'll create a new channel and I'll add all of you. Okay. And Alex is going to put his trades whenever there is an entry point. And Alex just write the maybe in value like entry at, so that is easier to read. And okay, after that we'll evaluate after 2-3 weeks. Okay. And as I said, that if you don't have the account, go ahead and create with Trade-of-it. Okay. So.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you can start right away by paper trading.
Yes, yes.
You can follow me. You can see how profitable it is if we're doing it right. Because at the same time, if you start taking a lot of trades, then of course it's like any if you're speculating about something, well, you can lose a lot of money as well. But while you're learning, you can follow me, and hopefully we can make a lot of money together.
So they can do the paper trading with TOS, right? And the futures.
Yeah, they can use Trade-of-it. They have paper trading as well.
Yeah, yes, guys, that's a good point. Do a paper trading with Trade-of-it. I think it is immediate. Like within 10 minutes, I think you should be able to trade. Okay, so
correct.
Yeah, you can ask me or Alex. I think, or other users are saying, we have Michelle and Jesus. They also do it, I think. So you can ask anyone in the group if you have any problem in paper trading or entering into the futures. Do paper trading, practice. Of course, you need practice. Yeah.
Correct.
Thank you, guys. Any questions you can ask in the group or Alex directly or to me. Okay, and we'll end the session here.